Hello, and welcome back to our next installment of Forgotten Favorites or Rainy Day Recipes or Saved for Later. Something saved for later. I don't know. In all honesty, I'm filming this just the day after I started this series with the garlic bread dip. So I don't know if we've decided on a name yet, but please, if you have any ideas for the names, please leave them in the comments below. I'm trying to not be too crazy loud because I think my roommate's asleep. This one you guys already know what I'm gonna say.
Well, they say he's not coming back and nothing can fill the void, but at least we can try with food. I'll make some apple pie, come on in. It's Dead Dad's Kitchen.
I'm so excited for this one. It is from the creator Design, Eat, Repeat. They are these like cosmic brownie cookies. We never really had cosmic brownies in my house growing up because they were a name brand and that just wasn't our vibe. But this lovely creator is teaching us how to make them into cookies. I always loved them whenever somebody would like have them at their house and I got to go over and have like a play date. I would be like, can I have a cosmic brownie? Like, I was obsessed. This is yet another recipe that I saved and thought I would make and then didn't. And so now we're making it together. So what we're going to need is our butter. Bing, 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 deep. She has been coming to room temperature all night. Whenever I am like baking and I know I'm gonna be using butter and eggs the next day, I just take them out the night before. I've never had a problem. That's just what I like to do. It's just easier for me, so. And I am gonna be using my electric, like my stand mixer that is still broken. Don't even get me started. Because this isn't so much about like the technique as much as like, are these recipes that I'm saving worth it to make? Just like with any other baked good, you do not need a stand mixer. It just makes the process a lot faster. If you had a hand mixer, you could do that. Or you could just do it completely by hand. That's totally fine too. So this recipe calls for butter, an egg, vanilla, brown sugar, white sugar, baking soda, corn syrup, light corn syrup, flour, and a very particular kind of cocoa. She wants us to use the Hershey's Special Dark Cocoa. However, I went to literally 3 stores and they didn't have it. So I just got Ghirardelli. She made it seem like if you don't use the Hershey one, it's gonna taste like garbage. No, she didn't. Her recipe is very nice. She just highly suggests that one. So that's what you're gonna need. Oh, and then God bless this woman. Cause she uses these cute little like colored mini chocolate chips that looks like mini Hershey's Kisses with M&M coating. And everybody was like, where did you get those? And she was like, well, you can get them on Amazon or you can get them here. Or if you get the Funfetti brownie, it comes with a little package of them. And this was all I wanted because I'm not really gonna be using these again. So this was like such a great little hack. To start, we're just going to get our stand mixer over here. And we're gonna start with our softened butter. So you just need 1 stick of softened butter. Do you guys have specific rubber spatulas that you use for certain things? Like they're all pretty much the same, but I'm like, oh, that's my egg spatula. I have to use my baking spatula. And don't forget, you gotta scrape your little butter paper because look how much butter. That's like half a tablespoon of butter that was just on the paper. And we're just gonna start beating this up so that it can kind of lighten up and break up the shape that it's in. All right, we need a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. Actually, she didn't specify, that's just what I have, so I've decided that's what we're using. I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup measure because we're gonna need a 1/4 cup of white sugar. I'm just gonna do this twice for the brown. I'm really upset. I'm on the verge of tears. So that was like one of my favorite cups. And it has it's my little salt pig. Like that's where I have my Malden salt. And it's this really cute little Texas cup and I'm super fucking upset. So quick pause for technical difficulties. Energy of the video may be a little off. Don't forget to scrape down the sides and the bottom. It's really, really easy to forget to scrape down the bottom of your bowl because it just seems so like, oh, oh, it's like getting scooped up anyway. Sometimes it's not. So make sure you scrape the bottom. Okay, so here comes the weird part where we're gonna add some corn syrup. So far it's been really normal. Some butter, brown sugar, white sugar, an egg, vanilla. This is where I think we get that super, super dense, like fudginess that we all know and love from the Cosmic Brownies. Is this expired? No, that's exciting. We're gonna do a tablespoon. You guys, sometimes I try to record like TikTok videos along with the video just to get, you know, just to get a little short form content. Why not? I always like to rinse off my, like my corn syrup container or my, you know, honey container. Anything that's super sticky syrupy, I like to just make sure I give a little rinse to once I'm done with it. Yeah, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Easy. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So this is where we're at. We're definitely seeing a nice change in color here. I'm really excited to see how these turn out, actually. Okay, so with cocoa, I always like to sift it out. It doesn't ask to, but I think it's important. We're gonna measure just 1 cup and 1/4 of our all-purpose flour. 1 cup, 1/4 cup. I'm gonna just combine these two. I just think that's gonna be easier. Okay. Because with cocoa, there are always these like little unmixed things that you kind of gotta push through, which is fine. It's just they always happen, so that's why I like to just always sift my cocoa. The nice thing about this recipe is you don't have to chill the dough, which kind of makes it just like, you know, a billion times quicker. Should I whisk this together? Yes. Just giving it a little whisk. Let's combine this. I'm so upset about that cup, dude. When I'm incorporating my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients, I like to pulse it really, really quickly so it doesn't overwork the batter and it also doesn't send like a giant flour cloud up into the air. It's just my favorite way to do it. The dough is done. My only concern is hers looks a little different than mine, but that's okay. That's fine. Okay, so she wants us to portion this out. Yeah, hers looks like drier than mine does. I'm gonna just, with clean hands, I'm going to scoop this off. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it looks like we're gonna get like 4 cookies. Yeah, hers were a lot drier than mine are. Okay. These are looking very different. She was like handling hers like there was no problem. This is like very, very sticky for me. So that's rad. Okay, so here's one tray. I just have a hard time believing these are gonna come out the way hers did. But you know what I always say? Bake until it looks kind of right. Let's see. Was this worth it? Oh, my oven is at 350, by the way. I think we baked these for like 15 minutes. I don't know. I didn't check. We'll see in a second. It tastes good. I can't tell if it's giving Cosmic Brownie or if I'm imagining it to give Cosmic Brownie. You know what I mean? Okay, the cookies have emerged from the oven, but they're already cooling, so I don't want to try and lift them up. They look good. They don't look as exactly like hers, but that's okay. That's what cooking's all about, is our own little different takes and mistakes on things. So that's the gag. We are now gonna work on our ganache. So ganache is simply chocolate with heavy cream that is heated up, and it makes like this really beautiful, creamy, luscious situation. So we need 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, which I always have on hand just for like chocolate chip cookie making. So 3/4 of a cup. We need, obviously, our Organic Valley heavy whipping cream. So we need 1/4 cup of our heavy whipping cream. And we're gonna put this in the microwave for like 30 seconds, 45, whenever it gets super, super hot. This is what's going to give us our Cosmic Brownie topping, the ganache topping. It's getting there, getting there. Oh, yes, okay. So now we take this super hot cream See, it's literally steaming, and we pour it over our chocolate chips. Now we do not stir yet. We don't stir until like they've been sitting for like 3 minutes. So this is what it looks like right now. Meep. Looks like a weird bowl of cereal. We love. So I'll see you guys in 3 minutes when we're stirring. Okay, so now we are ready to start mixing. Now, a lot of times with ganache, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is never gonna incorporate. Like, there's no way. Just keep mixing, just keep mixing. What do you get? You mix, mix, mix. There are some little like chocolate chip lumps I'm trying to get out. Because for all of the things that I am not a perfectionist about, some things I do care. I think that's about as smooth as I'll get it. I probably should have waited like 10 more seconds for those chocolate chips to chill out, but what are you gonna do, you know? Okay, these were supposed to be fully cooled, which I don't know if they are. So let's check. Here's what they look like. Here's like the cookie itself. Yeah, it's still a little warm. Oh well. Pretty flat. They definitely spread a little. I was a lot more worried about them spreading a lot. Here's one that broke apart. It did break apart. Shut up. I also then tried a piece. So it does have the like really dense fudgy interior, which is nice. They're not too sweet, which I love. Just a little taste test. We're just gonna do them now. Okay, now we get to do the fun part with the little chocolate covered things. I am just like, you know, sprinkling them on as if they were sprinkles. So I also feel like with cosmic brownies, there was never enough like little chip to frickin' brownie ratio. So I'm trying to make sure there's sufficient chippage. Especially while these, I mean, I think the ganache will stay relatively sticky, but I just want to make sure I get it on there while it's fresh. And let's also do just a little bite for Irene so that I can actually taste these. I am really mad at myself about the ganache, I'm not gonna lie to you. I should have waited longer because some of those chips kind of messed it up. Like the big chunks of the chocolate chips, not these chips, they're adorable. It's like I've always said, sometimes you start stirring your ganache too quickly. And I've always said that. Okay, look how f***ing pretty. Oh my God. Oh, why am I not having these on the cuter tray? That was kind of risky. That probably wasn't my best move, but it worked. Look at how cute. How dare we? Sometimes, you guys, sometimes we just do it, don't we? Let's have a bite. I'm gonna use my ugly tester one to try it. And we will see if Design, Eat, Repeat's Cosmic Brownie cookies are worth making out of your favorites folder. Wow. The cocoa really comes through. I'm adding more chips because it's very fun to eat these. Like when you bite into the cookie. So I want that to be the experience for everyone. It comes through like crazy. This like beautiful like alkaline cocoa vibe. So I would highly suggest using a good cocoa powder because you're gonna taste it. The fudginess is sensational. You cannot replace that corn syrup. It's so, so good and so worth. I'm obsessed with these little chippy guys. As it's cooling down even more, it's even better. I'm trying to think if there's anything I would change about this recipe, and I really wouldn't, and I would absolutely make it again. They weren't too difficult. The cleanup was a little annoying just because it is a really sticky batter, so you just gotta make sure you clean everything, but like, I'm doing that anyway when I'm making cookies. So like, dude, these are fantastic. They're also, I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are they not the cutest things you've ever seen in your life? They are. Okay, oh my gosh, well thank you so much to Design, Eat, Repeat for this very fun, very cute recipe. And a huge, huge shout out for the tip to just get the little bag in the funfetti box because it was pretty much exactly the amount I needed. I ended up yielding about 10 cookies out of this. They baked for about 12 minutes. With a lot of stuff that you have on hand, I think this is a recipe you can take out of the favorites folder and put into your real life. I love you guys so much. If you guys are liking this series, please make sure to let me know with a comment down below. And I put out 2 videos a week, every week, completely for free. And so if you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be fantastic. I also have a Patreon you can check out for only $2 a month. I just really appreciate you being here. I hope you have the most wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.